Francesco Bagnaia's latest decision has truly shocked the MotoGP world. In pursuit of one major goal, getting revenge on Ducati for the way they treated him, Pecco is reportedly willing to sacrifice his comfort, status, and even his future. Is this the revenge plan he has been preparing for all along? Or is it the beginning of the most surprising chapter of his career? Let's discuss. Francesco Bagnaia is reportedly making one of the biggest decisions of his MotoGP career. The two-time world champion is said to be giving up a massive financial opportunity in order to pursue something far more important to him, becoming a genuine title contender again and proving to Ducati that they made the wrong decision. According to multiple reports, Yamaha offered Bagnaia an extremely lucrative contract. However, instead of accepting the enormous paycheck, the Italian rider is reportedly choosing to join Aprilia, a team he believes offers him a much better chance of fighting at the front of MotoGP once again. The decision has quickly become one of the biggest talking points in the paddock, because moves like this are extremely rare in the modern MotoGP era. While many riders prioritise financial security above all else, Bagnaia is reportedly putting sporting ambition ahead of a larger contract by choosing what he sees as the more competitive project. From a financial standpoint, Yamaha's offer was difficult to turn down. The Japanese manufacturer is said to have proposed a deal worth between €5.5 million and €6 million per season, an amount nearly equal to what Bagnaia earned while riding for the Ducati Lenovo team. The offer highlighted Yamaha's determination to rebuild its MotoGP program after several challenging seasons. The issue, however, was never about the money. Yamaha's biggest challenge is still considered to be its technical package. Despite making significant investments, the bike has yet to show the level of progress needed to consistently compete at the front. The company's V4 engine project is still under development and is expected to require more time before it can regularly challenge its rivals. As a result, there is still no clear timeline for when Yamaha will once again become a genuine championship contender. For a rider who wants to fight for victories immediately, that project carries considerable risk. Aprilia, on the other hand, has made remarkable progress over the past few seasons. The RSGP is now widely regarded as one of the most complete motorcycles on the MotoGP grid. It is praised for adapting well to different riding styles, maintaining strong balance across a wide variety of circuits, and delivering competitive performance under different racing conditions. Many analysts even believe that Aprilia now occupies the position Ducati held several years ago. While Ducati was once considered the benchmark on the grid, many now see Aprilia as the only manufacturer capable of consistently challenging the dominance of the Borgo Panigale factory. That is why, if Bagnaia's primary objective is to become a world champion again, choosing Aprilia appears to be a far more logical move than committing to Yamaha's long-term rebuilding project. What makes Bagnaia's reported decision even more remarkable is not the sporting aspect, but the financial sacrifice involved. Several reports suggest that Aprilia's contract offer is significantly smaller than Yamaha's proposal. In fact, Bagnaia's salary at Aprilia is believed to be less than half of what Yamaha was willing to pay. In other words, he is reportedly willing to walk away from millions of euros in potential earnings each season in exchange for what he believes is a more competitive motorcycle. In today's world of professional sports, decisions like this are becoming increasingly rare. An athlete's career is short, and injuries can bring it to an end at any moment. Behind every successful rider are decades of sacrifice, beginning at a young age, along with the enormous financial commitment made by their family to build a career in motorcycle racing. For that reason, many athletes choose to maximize their earnings when the opportunity arises, and that decision is certainly understandable. Bagnaia, however, appears to have taken a different path. According to reports, he has prioritized the opportunity to win races over signing a more lucrative contract. This decision is also believed to carry deep emotional significance. Bagnaia was never just another rider for Ducati. He was the man who ended Ducati's long wait to reclaim the MotoGP World Championship after the era of Casey Stoner. He also became the face of Ducati's resurgence, leading the Italian manufacturer to several years of dominance at the top of the championship. However, the situation changed very quickly. Marc Marquez's arrival at Ducati completely reshaped the team's internal hierarchy. From that point on, Bagnaia's performance began to decline. The 2025 season became one of the most difficult periods of his career, while the following season showed some improvement, although he has yet to return to the dominant form that earned him 2 MotoGP world titles. Under those circumstances, Ducati ultimately made a decision based purely on performance. There was no room for sentimentality. For Ducati, the priority has always been maintaining its dominance in MotoGP. From Bagnaia's perspective, however, that decision undoubtedly left a deep emotional scar. As a result, his reported move to Aprilia is viewed as more than simply joining a new team. It represents the beginning of a mission to prove that he still belongs among the very best in the sport. On the other hand, Bagnaia's reported desire to make Ducati regret its decision is unlikely to change the mindset of the Borgo Panigale manufacturer. Ducati has long been known for making decisions based on-track performance rather than emotional ties with its riders. Even though Bagnaia delivered 2 MotoGP world titles and became the symbol of Ducati's revival over the past several seasons, the team is widely believed to evaluate every decision from a purely competitive standpoint. For Ducati, changing riders is simply part of its long-term strategy to remain the benchmark in MotoGP. Therefore, if Bagnaia truly sees Aprilia as the perfect opportunity to prove Ducati wrong, the Italian manufacturer is not expected to react emotionally. Instead, Ducati will likely view the challenge as extra motivation to demonstrate that continuing the project led by Marc Marquez was the right decision for the team's future. Meanwhile, Bagnaia now appears to have an additional source of motivation every time he takes to the track. Beyond chasing another MotoGP world title with Aprilia, he also wants to prove that Ducati made a mistake by letting go of the rider who had been the symbol of its resurgence for so many years. The revenge he seeks is not personal. It is something he hopes to achieve through results on the racetrack. If he succeeds in helping Aprilia consistently defeat Ducati, or even reclaim the MotoGP World Championship, it would become the greatest statement of his career. For now, Bagnaia's reported decision continues to spark intense debate. Some believe he is taking an enormous risk by walking away from Yamaha's reportedly massive financial offer, while others argue that his choice makes perfect sense because Aprilia is seen as offering a much stronger chance of returning to winning ways. What is clear is that, if these reports are accurate, Bagnaia has shown that the opportunity to become a MotoGP world champion once again is worth far more to him than a contract worth millions of euros. Now, all eyes will be on his journey with Aprilia. Will this enormous sacrifice truly take him back to the top of MotoGP and ultimately make Ducati regret its decision? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.